Hello. Good evening. Okay, just making sure everything is okay. Should be okay, I think. So just let me know if anything is wrong, but as far as I look, everything looks just fine. So here we are, IRG start of the season of GT3. Quite a big event with it, and everything that goes. So, yeah, so I'm gonna speak in English only, so that's just for you. But this time I'm gonna use that language. Okay, so I'm having a small trouble with rFactor as always, so basically the FPS, I mean, it's not gonna look as smooth as it should be. So basically that's the maximum smoothness, but for some reason I need to work like that, so it won't. Well, it says in transmission that it will be in English. So qualifications, we're still waiting for the drivers to make their laps, but we have plenty of time to talk about vehicles, about the track, which is, and here I'm gonna help myself with
Circuit de Nevers-Manicourt.
let me call it manicures, because I think that will be a big curse for some drivers. So let's talk about the track and what may happen. So basically the first corners are not that bad. I don't think so that we're gonna see any problems here. Maybe on the first one, small, pushing each other, but pretty much nothing else. Then we're talking about the corner number 5, but to this corner I think the difference in the drivers will be actually big enough, and we are not gonna see a big trouble there. Hey Speedman, welcome. So as you can see, the track, I mean, I'm talking about the sector number 2, it's very specific, and what we can see here is the track is for getting maximum speed, and this is what I expect. So I think there will be a plenty of differences and setups of driver's car and how it's gonna actually work. Yeah, McLaren even sounds good in rFactor. Yeah, and the only problem is the smoothness of the FPS I've got. So basically that's the maximum smoothness, but unfortunately it's gonna look like that. So let's continue with the track. And corner number 9 even says it's 180 degrees, so that might be a small trouble there. Then again, corner number 14, so pretty much the same as number 5, and kind of small bust, if I'm gonna call it, from Spa. It's 16 and 17, so pretty much the same behavior that need to be taken over there. But actually about the rest of the track, I don't think so there will be any problems with it, so it should look pretty much smooth. So still working with rFactor, it's getting better and better, but still I see a small room for improvement. So let's maybe change the camera for this so you can see everything. Let's check the weather, and there will be no rain. The track temperature is just right, ambient temperature also correct, so everything should be okay. Oh, that would be fun. Alright. I already got first times, and Paweł Roszek and Rafał K are on the first position. Small difference. Przemek Also quite close, and so let's wait for other drivers to make their first laps, and then we're gonna see how it's gonna work. But you can see this corners, so it's quite hard actually to go through them. Also the track is not that wide as you can think, so 2 vehicles is max. I mean, mostly the overtaking is about 2 vehicles, it shouldn't be about more vehicles, but it happened few times that I could see like 3 vehicles trying to overtake one or something like that. So these things happen. Let's see if it's gonna happen here. So we got GT3, there's plenty of vehicles, and for me that's the first time I see Bentley. I think that's the vehicle I see first time. Also we got M6, I'm talking about the BMW. So let's talk about Ferrari. So it's 488 as I remember, and we got V8 over there, and that's quite a lot of horsepower, but it's not popular. I mean, still for me it's hard to find how it looks with the vehicles, especially that we have a BOP here, so there should be pretty much balanced, but I guess there is always a vehicle that is faster than others. So especially when we're talking about the fast track, when there is plenty of straights, that might give us a few vehicles on an idea and which one we should drive. So of course we got a Mercedes that we could see before. We got Lamborghini. Bentley, I mentioned it. We got a Porsche, as you can see, the red one. We got the Ferrari. We got the Chevrolet and BMW M6, as I mentioned, and McLaren 650. So that's the vehicles for the race, for the whole season. So we start with Magny-Cours, and I'm kind of worried about it, and so curious how it's gonna behave, how it's gonna work. So there might be a plenty of the ideas that will come to drivers' heads. So let's just watch it, and still I can see Pavel Roszak slowly, and that's the Halski with small troubles. Thankfully everything's okay, so it should be fine, but this lap's not gonna be a good one for him. Still waiting for Zbigniew Siara and others to make the lap. I can see Olena Krzysztof is in the pit stop for now, and others are still just waiting. The thing is about what I was reading about the season, so basically the thing about the fuel, so it goes like that. On the qualifications you need to set up your fuel, and then just before the race you can't move it. So drivers need to know exactly how much fuel they need to get just before the end of qualification, because later it will be just pretty much clogged, and that might bring some issues. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check the fuels. So you can see here some drivers. Some drivers are in the pit stop, so wondering how it's gonna end for others, and that I think they will show better times for us. So we can see how close is Szymon Piwiński and Tomasz Wach to Pavel Roszak. Magatak also quite close, 1 second at the driver number 11, but before him everyone is under 1 second to Pavel Roszak. So still waiting for other drivers to make their best time. And that's Daniel Stepkowski. And the difference is almost half second between him and Roszak. Now Zbigniew Siara on track, and he made even a better time. So something is really happening. So what kind of car got Zbigniew Siara? So Zbigniew Siara got McLaren. So maybe that kind of solves thing here. So we got 5 minutes to the end of the qualifications. So it might be something special, because I really didn't expect that it's gonna work that way. I was already going to say that pretty much we got the top of the list, and still it's kind of surprising me. I hope the quality is okay and the audio is okay. Just let me know if anything is wrong, but should be fine. Just making sure after a one mistake I made lately. So just to make sure that everything's tipped up and there will be no surprises. So waiting for us Daniel Stepkowski, because it looks like he might have an idea how to get better. And speaking of Shara, pretty much done a lot. I mean, I know him from the F1 series that I have a pleasure to watch and see how it goes. And speaking of Shara, was always that kind of person that was fighting, but I was like in the middle of the table. But now I can see him on the top, so I think that's something good. I mean, that it tells us about prediction for this season. Maybe there's a difference. You can see that Daniel Stepkowski made a just better lap, but it's not that good. Oh, and I forgot to turn off the steam. Okay, now it should be better. Sorry for that. So 3.5 minutes to the end of the quali. Marek Cieślak, and we got Krzysztof Szygielski on the 9th position. Still waiting for Marek Cieślak, so let's find him maybe somewhere. Or here he is. So that's Ferrari. Oh Jesus, that's loud. Okay, so we're waiting for him. He'll be the last person. I'm wondering about his time. Zbigniew Shara still won the first position. Stepkowski just behind him, but it's just a really small difference. So Daniel made a huge improvement. Still, I think he can make it. The question is about Zbigniew Shara, if he's going to make it even better. So let's wait for Marek Cieślak and wait for his time. So it might bring us some difference. Now is the question where it's gonna happen. So it's about these drivers that pretty much know that before the end of the quali the track is just right, so the grip you can get from it is much better than just when it starts. So maybe that's a Marek Cieślak trying to use the track, trying to maximize his chances. There is not many people on the track right now, so that's just him and just few drivers, and that should be his first. Wow, there's some issues here, and that's gonna happen, but so he made a time, but that's the time with damage he took. So he was fighting with his vehicle, so let's maybe watch it again. What happened here? So he lost grip at the curb, and yeah, that's it. He couldn't make it. So that was something that I was not expecting from him. And he lost plenty of time, so basically he was making a really that top time. But now he landed on the position number 22. Now is the question about this damage he took, if there is any chance for him to make it even better. Otherwise, I don't think so he should try. So we can see already that the first sector quite slower. But still, it might give him a better position than position number 22. I mean, let's be honest, it's quite far. And if he can make it just right, it should be better than this position. Now just watch it, and that's another spin. So that was it. That was a lack of the grip, as you can see here. And that's a Krzysztof. And on the position number 5 is Krzysztof Zbigniew Siara, still on the track. Okay, so Zbigniew Siara is driving Porsche. And let's just watch it, let's wait for it. I mean, pretty much there is no point making a better time, but... and you can see that it's not gonna be that... it was actually quite better. So the third sector was the best one from this one. So as I can see, the first one and second one were not that good as the third one. So the third one made this lap. So this is how it looks. So Zbigniew Siara, Daniel Stepkowski, Szymon Piwiński, Michał Kasmasiewicz and Krzysztof Szczygielski. That's the top 5. Unfortunately about the Marek Cieślak, as we could see, that it didn't work that well as we were expecting. Okay, I see now we got rest of the drivers that are joining the race because the table just increased the number. So tell me, how are you doing, guys? How it is? How's your day? How hot is in your country? Because pretty much in Scotland is, well, not that good. That's Zbigniew Siara. Yeah, so that's pretty much a Polish league, but as Isidro said, it's international racing, so that in that way I think it comes. So that's pretty much that's the reason of the English stream here. And maybe I'll just take you 2 minutes for a small break, and I will be just right back, so I won't miss anything. Okay, I'm back again. Using it as a radio now. Ooh. I mean, that's a good thing for me. So let's check the fuels. So it's gonna tell us who's gonna be the first driver for the pit stop. So that's pretty much about the strategy. So I can see that 90 liters for Piotr Wojdyło. And for, so now, okay, I can see Rafał, okay, 82 liters only. So that might be a small issue. 40 liters for Przemek Dychalski. Ooh, another one. Let's check the tires. Mediums, pretty much everyone. Unfortunately, I can't check the drivers that are actually in the pit stop, so... But the fuel rates, I mean, you can see few drivers that are above 100 liters, so the vehicle is quite heavy. And only 40 liters for Przemek Dychalski. That means that the pit stop will be very fast one. So definitely gonna watch it and definitely gonna see when he's gonna take a pit stop. Let's see how Lambo looks from inside. Nothing special. That's Lambo? No, that's not Lambo, sorry. Sometimes the cameras are just confusing me. Okay, so pretty much we still got 5 minutes, let's say 6 minutes to the end of the training session. So that's a good time just to make sure everything's right, that our breakpoints are perfect ones and nothing gonna work bad. Still awaiting for a few things. 5 minutes, so let's go back to the track, and I find it pretty much interesting and pretty much what may happen there. So the trouble I really expect is the corner number 5, because I don't think so. Really, I don't think so. Something may go wrong with the corner number 1 or corner number 2 or 3 or 4 if it's actually a corner. But okay, let's say that's number 4 is a corner. But number 5, and that might show differences in the vehicle. So what kind of differences I'm talking? So I'm talking about the acceleration. I'm talking about the max speed, but pretty much we're gonna see it there on that straight. I'm talking about the brakes, because brakes are different in every car. Some cars have different brake points, and that might show us a lot. So the corner number 5 is the corner I'm expecting a lot of troubles, especially on the first lap. After the corner number 5, what we're gonna see is that the vehicles are gonna pretty much spread, because it's quite tight there. They need to fit somehow. So I think just that corner, but still many times I was saying about what's gonna happen, what may happen, and from time to time I'm wrong. So pretty much I hope I'm wrong in that way, that everything is gonna go well, nothing wrong, and we're gonna just see a clean race. And that's what I wish to see, and I wish that you're gonna see it too. Because let's just be honest, this truck is kind of extraordinary in the way of the straights it got. So again, top speed, and I don't think so McLaren is the vehicle with actually the top speed it can achieve. But also about the BOP, so for now I won't say a lot about the vehicles and which ones should be faster, but if we're gonna just go for it like they're all vehicles that are not modified in a way, McLaren is really not that a fast vehicle. So that's about the track, that's about the possibilities, that's about how it might look like. Mercedes is not giving up. I'm Piotr Wojdyła. I know it's just on a training session, but still. Mercedes is keeping his tempo. And that's about the Mercedes. I mean, from us, of course, our drivers are all telling me that the vehicle is quite okay, not many problems with it, but it's actually slow in the way of reaction it takes. So So it's hard to make sure. Oh, Piotr Wojdy, what? I don't know if that was something was meant to be or just a mistake that looked pretty much good. So still 1 minute to the end of training session. And we're just waiting for the drivers to go back to the pit stop and then slowly going to the race and see how it goes. So that's my first GT3 season in rFactor, because the previous one was the F1. So couldn't. Still, I don't think so. I'm supposed to talk about lot about vehicles, because pretty much I don't know how it works, how it's actually comparing to the real vehicles, how it's gonna be. So last seconds of the training session, and then we're gonna see start. So what we're gonna check? We're gonna check the tires, we're gonna check the fuel, and we're gonna check the drivers that forgot to make sure they have enough fuel for the race. And that's the question, because I don't know how much fuel got Zbigniew Siara in his vehicle, because that's kind of strategy. So pretty much what drivers might do is get like a 40-50 liters and then make sure they're gonna make the best time and then just go back to the pace of earlier than other drivers, but still no idea. I have really no idea about that. I'm not sure you can get a punctured tire in Factor. That's not a question to me. I know that as a course it's possible, but I'm not sure about their Factor. So still waiting. Okay, so we are waiting for the end of the session, and then we're gonna start. Slowly going to start of the race on the French track. So wondering if Magny-Car is gonna be a chaos of drivers. Hope not. Hope everything's gonna be just fine.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
Okay, so just waiting. So again, the track for us. Drivers slowly getting on the track. Actually, I'm not sure. Is it there will be a formation lap? Because sorry to ask, because I think there will be one, but just making sure. So drivers are getting on the track, making sure everything's fine. And I'm wondering how it's gonna go. I'm wondering about the differences in the cars, because pretty much the vehicles are mixed. Mostly it happens like there are some vehicles that actually are the quite good ones on some tracks, but here I see a lot of differences. I don't see any specific car that might guarantee you better times. Still got some time, so don't worry about it. That's a long story, Andrzej. That's a long story. Okay, so let's check the fuel. Okay, so that's the formation lap we got just in front of us, so no panic. First time I see one vehicle here, so it's about the Bentley. First time I see it. I know it's quite popular overall in the GT3 series and it's visible, but it's first time actually I see it in the game. Because you didn't give me one. Speed bump. Because you didn't give me one. That might be the reason. So the only driver I can see with 42 liters, that's Przemek. And that's the lowest amount of fuel I can see here. 59 for Paweł Sobociński. And I see 110, 113, that's the maximum, that's Marek Cieszak, 113. 109, but most of the drivers are quite close to the 100 liters. That was a gift, Enshak. Somebody gave you and me a gift. And that was Tomic that was giving subscribers, subs. Okay, so here we are, slow, we're getting on the straight. That's gonna start everything. Oh, we got a Lambo that's starting from the pits, we already hit the wall. Don't know who was that lucky. I was just after you left. That was just after you left. That's the reason. So slowly we are forming. So pretty much start of the season GT3 for IRG. Slowly going to the start. And yes, here we are. Magny-Cours GT3 goes! It's hard to say about the miss at the very beginning, but I can see that there is Big Shares running away from other drivers. For a second I've seen a yellow flag, but everything looks fine for others. And it's quite heavy in the middle of it. So let's maybe go just somewhere there and see how it happens. But as I was saying, the first corners are not that issue. It's about these corners that might bring some troubles, but still looks quite clean. There is some dust there, but it's because that there is pretty much no space for other drivers to just go somewhere. Zbigniew Siara still keeping his position, and that doesn't look like it's gonna change. Paweł Rosiak, and that's a very nice kill for his Bentley, but still you can see that Daniel Stepkowski is getting closer to Siara. And the middle of it, at the end of it, there is still plenty of drivers that are trying to go through within pretty much no space, because the track is not that wide. So it's bringing us some issues with it. And you can see how many drivers we got on the track, so that's 26 drivers. So far looks kind of clean. Of course we could see some sparks from there to there, but everything looks okay. So that's the first lap, and let's see how it goes, because still that the Scarp is making a lot of trouble for the drivers. We got a yellow flag, and I don't know what happened. Because that's Andrzej Kanalowicz that is already in the pit stop. Don't know what happened with him. Zbigniew Siara. So on the first position, Daniel Stepkowski 1/2 second behind him. So that's a lot. and other are so trying to get closer, but that's about the differences in the vehicles. So I can see that the Porsche is actually driving quite fast. Lambo and I don't know who it was. That was Łukasz Kogut fighting with the Lambo. That's now just another one behind him. So that was Stas trying to get through them. So Stas was actually fighting with him, and that was quite something that shouldn't look like that. Oh, the drivers already got some from there 1 second of difference, but in GT3 it might change quite fast. So it's really about the drivers, it's about the skills, it's really about the car as they're bringing us differences. So I can see the top is not changing that well as the older drivers are. And that's Krzysztof in the 7th position, just behind Tomasz Wach, and the distance is allowing him to try something. Marek Cieślak behind the Corvette. I mean, sorry, that's Chevrolet, that's not Corvette, I'm and Marek Cieślak slowly trying to get closer to him, but it's about the difference in the car. So Ferrari should be pretty much fast because of the V8, but it doesn't look like it can make any difference. Behind him, enemy, his opponent, and I've seen that someone was trying to fight with a vehicle. That was Marcin. And behind him is Łukasz Krawczuk, but I still see the difference of the time. I mean, Zbigniew Siara in the first position, it's already 2 seconds behind between him and Daniel Stepkowski, so that's a lot. Other drivers also, so Michał losing 2.5 seconds to Daniel. Szymon Piwinski might have a chance for 3rd position. Still looking for the drivers to see how it goes, but as far as I can see, that Lamborghini is quite fast on the track. Mercedes, was what I was talking about. It might be fast, but it's actually not that fast as other cars in the GT3. So that's the question about the slowest vehicle in the GT3. Which one is it? It's hard to say. But definitely Tas was getting closer to his opponent. Now small mistake, it cost him a lot. Now small trouble with Krzysztof Szczygielski. He's getting closer to Tomasz Wach. Tomasz Wach for a few seconds was outside of the track and he was getting a lot of dirt. That cost him a lot. No, Tas is not playing CS anymore. Tomasz Wach still quite close. Krzysztof also trying to make some here. Let's check his perspective. Yeah, but that's the problem with the track. It's not allowing drivers for overtaking at all. There is not much space. The corners are not making it any easier for others. But still, I can see that Krzysztof is actually trying to make something, but the difference in the speed is always not working for him. And that's just behind him. There is a Bentley. So pretty much, the problem with the overtaking is that you might lose time when you're gonna make a mistake. And in that case, if you're gonna make a mistake during the overtake, it's not gonna end that well. because this Bentley is just really behind him. Oh, Bentley is quite slowly fine with the grip. Thankfully he made it, because I was for a second was thinking that he gonna hit him quite hard. Didn't happen, thankfully. Krzysztof really is trying to get closer to the driver in front of him. So Mac attack with small trouble. Now Bentley is trying to overtake him. It's not gonna work again. Oh, we got the yellow flag for a second. Don't know where it happened. But everything looks okay. So we can see the Krzysztof really trying to get closer to this Lambo, and slowly he's making a progress, but that's not fast enough. And this is really about the track. There is really about lack of chances to make it. But I think once you get to the position to overtake someone, there is no way back. And we got a chance here in front of Krzysztof Szygielski, and he's making it, and Bentley trying to make pretty much the same. It's Paweł Rosiak slowly trying to make it. Oh, we got a small trouble here. I don't know what happened here. But it didn't look well. Let's see what happened here again. And that's all the break points. That was Bentley just behind him. And the break point that... Okay, so we got a Mac attack with small trouble. He lost traction, and it might enter pretty much very, very bad for him. Thankfully, he's back on the track, but he lost a lot, so it's a 19th position for him. And we're talking about the position number 6, number 7 for him. Now we got Marek Cieślak, so two Ferraris next to each other with small difference in time. And we got a yellow flag somewhere, so that's Tomasz Sobański. Can we see it again? So that was Tomasz Sobański out of the track. And I don't know, maybe he just decided to give up. Yeah, that looks like that. So don't know what happened. Maybe that's because he lost traction somewhere. But that's the first DNF in this race. So we really don't know what happened with Tomasz Sobański. He was out of the track. His vehicle quite looked okay. I couldn't see any problem there. So Szymon Piwiński on the 4th position behind Michał. So that Mercedes is actually trying to chase the Ferrari, but from the time gap that is slowly increasing, you can see that it's not gonna end well for him. Let's go for Łukasz Krawczuk because he's really close to Ferrari. That might end very bad. Take care, Jack. Take care. But definitely Łukasz Krawczuk is trying to do something here. He's working on his opponent. And we got the Mercedes overtaking McLaren. The next play that's gonna happen. Oh, that was Roman cutting the track pretty much, but let's see how it's gonna end here. Still fighting with the vehicle, fighting with the grip, that there is not much of it. Don't know what is happening with Roman, but I can see that his line. I mean, the way he drives looks like he's drifting all the time. So I don't know what's wrong with his grip. And again, Roman overtaking on the straight. So the difference of speed suggesting us that the Mercedes is quite fast. Now it's too wide, Roman fighting with vehicle. Thankfully, Andre was doing the same. And now again he need to get closer to him and trying to make sure that he's close enough. But definitely Roman is really fast on the straights. Szymon Piwiński, that's another BMW, and that's another BMW that's getting closer. So, what I'm talking about, it's Mercedes. Mercedes going to the to the Ferrari. So that's another Mercedes that is, I can see making a difference in the straights, but during the corners it's not working that well. So that's about the sound it is making. Now my settings for the game are on the high, so pretty much this is how you should see it. So now the game pretty much should be smooth, and again Mercedes trying to overtake the same corner. Now it's over the acceleration and taking the speed, and he overtook. Now just keeping it behind it. Yeah, and the Ferrari is behind the Mercedes. So it worked for Mercedes. I really didn't expect that Mercedes would be that fast. Usually it's about taking the last places. And again we got Taz trying to overtake his opponent, so that's Marek Cieślak in front of him. So let's check something out that's so interesting again. Let's check the fuel. 15 liters for Przemek Dychalski, so we can see Przemek soon gonna take his pit stop. All the drivers 79, 80 liters, so the fuel is getting really fast. 34 for Paweł Sobociński. Everyone is on the mediums, so definitely it's kind of working. So soon we're gonna see our first pit stop, and I think that's a really too early pit stop. Mac attack with small troubles, as you can see. It happens, but definitely those are the two examples I could see that Mercedes is actually getting that speed much better, and I think it's really about the engine, and it's really about the BOP we have here, because the BOP in Astronica, you already know that on Virginia Audi will be the fastest car, and there will be no problems with it because there's plenty of straights, corners. Okay, there are corners, but still I think that Audi will be the fastest one, and no chance for the 4 other cars to get it that close. Michał Nizio behind Mac Attack. Mac Attack slowly trying to get closer. Nizio out of the track, and that will be already 1 and 2 position that's he might lose. He already lost 1, but the McLaren is not getting any close. Nizio's trying to practice defense, and he done it, but that cost him a lot. That cost him a lot of time. That shouldn't happen again. Zbigniew Sharon first position, 7.5 seconds behind him. There is a Daniel. Okay, so it's about the BOP, because as far as I remember, the biggest BOP goes for Audi on this truck. I don't remember how much it was. It was 40 kilograms? 50 even? But I think what would work for a Audi and that kind of trucks is like a cutting off the power, not just giving it kilograms, because it's a V10 and it's just making a difference in that way of understanding. Daniel Stepkowski is 1.5 seconds behind Zbigniew Siara, Szymon Piwiński 8 seconds behind Stepkowski, and all the drivers slowly are getting away from others, so we can already see the differences in the time differences in the vehicles. Correct, that's correct. Because I was not driving, so that would be Nissan on the top of the race. So that was the only reason that there was no my car there. No, it's really about the things. So for example, we got the SCG. What do you think about this vehicle? I mean, pretty much I think that in this season there is no place for it. As I was not expecting BMW to go that good, and that was Lambo out of the track. Can we see it again? What happened here? So that's Kacper. Everything works fine here. And he just let him go. Or we don't know what happened. And kind of lost it. Łukasz Krawczuk, I can see also getting closer to Marek. Piotr Wojdyło behind Michał. And all the drivers, we can see the difference is 1, 3 even seconds, 2 seconds from time to time. Yeah, but the SCG it doesn't work for GT3 completely. I think that what is also about the SCG is about the brakes that drivers are talking about, that the brake points for SCG are completely different. And they don't work as good as they should be. So I think that was on the batters that it was quite problematic for others, just to make sure that SCG during the chicanes is driving completely differently, where other cars were pretty much driving the same. Okay, maybe BMW was quite fast on the sector, on the sectors where there's plenty of corners, but still, it was something that you can compare with. Yeah, that's a shame that there's no bending in the course. I mean, I guess there is some modification, but still, it's not as good as normal. So it's above the races. It's on that point. We can see already that drivers are quite far enough to each other. Okay, we got some drivers that might see a fight somewhere. I'm always focused on the race. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Michał Nizia again getting closer, so this guy is not giving up, definitely trying to make his way. A yellow flag for a second. Everything's okay, so maybe somewhere we got a small amount of dust, but so far so good. Only one DNF. Tomasz back on position number 5, and the difference between him and Michał Gasparowicz, that's below 1 second. Okay, so it's not 1 second, but still. Again, yellow flag somewhere, don't know where it goes. Okay, I don't see any trouble here, so might be just random yellow flag that appeared somewhere, but everything looks fine. That's Marek Cieślak trying to overtake a Lambo, so that's a Ferrari in action. Things it's gonna actually happen that fast. Zbigniew Sierra. Okay, so I think that what we were talking here about is it's about the blue flag for some drivers, because Zbigniew Sierra is actually getting closer to some of them. And maybe pit stops from time to time, so that also might slowly change. Piotr Wojtyła, smoke from the rear left tire, but everything's actually good. Hello Sneakers, how are you? Again, yellow flag, and oh, I don't know what happened, but those marching hints are already driving without his front. So that's another DNF that I missed somewhere. So maybe that was the yellow flag, but Marcin Hinz was actually slowly driving somewhere. Tomasz Wach on the 5th position, and 1 second to Michał. Behind him is Krzysztof with also 1 second of loss, but still keeping the distance just right. Marek Cieślak, he's actually the person that's quite close to his opponent. What, that's true? Still Marek Cieślak really just behind him, trying to do something, but the question is if it's gonna work. God, that is so loud! Still wondering about the Marek Cieślak, because he's really trying to do something here. Rafał KS also getting closer to his opponent Makatak. Pretty much doing the same. Now Project Karl should be on the top. That's not a question to me, Sneakers. That's not a question to me. Let's see how Makatak is doing, because slowly I can see that he's trying to overtake again. Definitely he's trying to prepare himself for that moment. And the distance, I mean pretty much there is no distance, so it looks like that Makatak might try to attack. Now he needs to defend himself, because that was quite dangerous situation for a second. Speak Deutsch? Nein. Makatak losing his position because of Michał Nizio, so that was this mistake that he made during the overtaking, and that didn't end well for him. So Michał Nizio took his position. So let's see how Marek Cieślak is doing, still behind this Lambo. So I guess slowly the scores are trying to make him a bit nervous. Now Marek Cieślak trying to show himself on the left mirror. Now right, now left. I guess that Marek Cieślak knows that there is a chance for him, and Kacper need to defend himself from that kind of attacks. But so it's about the track that's not allowing any overtaking actions. So it's also about the track, it's also about that's something in your vehicle. So as we could see the difference of the speed. So one mistake and Mercedes, he made it, but it was quite something that I was hoping I'm not gonna see. So pretty much that was Norbert trying to go too fast during that corner. And don't know what happened, but that was Marek Cieślak. Let's see. Oh, so that was a small contact here. Marek Cieślak landed on the grass. And that's rFactor trying to overtake his opponent, so Mercedes can't say anything here. Let's see it, yeah, the gate is closed and no chance to go through him. So rFactor just made it. Guys, not on this chat, please. Not on this chat. We are here to see the race, enjoy it, and that's the whole point of it. Okay? Just for me, please. Because I know where this opinion goes. And where we're gonna end if we're gonna just keep discussing about it. And Andrzej trying to overtake. Oh, that was a Porsche. It was small trouble, but that's Andrzej made it. Now let's see if this boxer can make it even better. Now Porsche gaining speed, but it might be not enough time for him. Now let's watch it. Now it's about the gaining the speed, and Porsche might be much faster because it's really fast. I mean, the Porsche was really expecting that it will be that fast, as we could see now. But so it was a mistake. So Marcin landed on the position number 21 because of that small mistake. Okay, let's really not talk about this topic, really. I mean, like, really, let's not talk about this topic. That's pretty no point, because it's also about the opinions of drivers. It's also opinion of the gamers, because let's talk like that. And everyone can have a different opinion about some things, and this is how it works. And I'm just here in the middle of the storm, and Michał Joe! Thankfully he made it, but it might cost him a lot. Speed one, please. Please, hurry. Come on, guys. Enough. Like, enough. Marek Cieślak on the position number 10 behind Kacper Smirnov. So still this Ferrari trying to overtake him but can't make it. Now let's see, but there is no difference in speed, maybe difference in brake points, and that's something that Marek Cieślak just made, and that was something smart. I didn't expect that it's gonna work that well, but there was enough space for him. So Marek Cieślak used the mistake that Kacper made. He felt, I think, too comfy for it. Okay, need to take some water. Okay, I can see the fight for the last position. Maybe it's about the pit stop. Yes, so Marcin Sobocinski is in the pit stop. So that's why I could see the difference of time. Tomasz Wach still behind them, Michał. And he's really trying this Chevrolet to make something, but doesn't look that easy. Maybe these vehicles are just comparable and it's hard to make any difference. Łukasz Krawczuk on to position number 14 behind Taz. Ooh, don't know what happened actually. Okay, so it's about the pit stop. Okay, so pretty much I'm kind of worried what is happening because I see that the times are jumping from time to time. And it's gonna just bring us pretty much a new life to the race. Kacper Smirnov trying to overtake a Mercedes in front of him. So I guess the Mercedes is after a pit stop, that's why it landed that far. So it's Łukasz Kogut. So Kacper is pretty close to his opponent. Again trying to overtake but not enough space, and the difference in speed is not allowing Kacper to do anything. So he still need to work on it. Mac attack. I think he's slowly fighting with the vehicle. I can see that he's not getting enough grip. So let's check the fuel. What we got here and what we might expect. rFactor 18 liters. So slowly I think he's going to the pit stop. 1 liters for Piotr Wojdyło. Paweł Sobocinski with 94 liters, so he's after pit stop and he got enough fuel. Zbigniew Siara, so that's what's interesting, is 37 liters, so Daniel Sapkowski will take episode first, Tomasz Wach 25 liters and Michał Kamasiewicz 40 liters. It's 15 minutes, yeah. Still plenty of time. Rafał K on the 11th position behind Kacper. And he's getting closer. So he's working on him. Yes, of course, a competition. Yeah, it's about time. When I was driving actually, and that was this 40-minute race, it went pretty much fast. I mean, I was not expecting. But the thing is about this race, it's 90 minutes, so the race is 90 minutes, are always longer. No, it's not based on the Corsa, it's pretty much a new one. Watch it. Yeah, so Makatak is still here in position number 16. Trying to fire his vehicle, I could see that slowly getting some problems. Oh, and we got a follow here. That's a Mark to Sheds. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Michał Nizia on position number 15. Again, getting closer. Let's not talk about the game that was not released yet, because that's what we're gonna find out when it's gonna be released. For now, there is a chance that this game might be released something special. But still, it's not released, so just wait for it, and then we're gonna see, and then we're gonna make opinion of it. So I don't think there is actually a point talking about the game that was not released, saying that's gonna be pretty much the best one, when we still don't see it. And Nizio taking his place because of the mistake of Marek Zdanowicz. So Marek Zdanowicz standing in the position number 15. So chance for a Makatak to get closer to the Marek. That was blue flag for Norbert Michon, so you can see how far early is Zbigniew Siara. And Tomasz Wach still behind Michał Kamasiewicz. Yellow flag somewhere, trying to find out what is happening here. I don't know really, I really don't know what is wrong. Looks okay, maybe it's Roman, no. Roman losing his position because of McLaren, so Mariusz took his position just like that. Let's see it. So that was Roman trying to overtake him. He was in front of him. And then it's about the breaking point and the well for him. And yeah, that's where he lost a lot of control. And that's the small issue. Piotr Wojdyło. And again, Tomasz Wach on the position number 5. Behind Michał, and he can't make it. I mean, he's trying for the whole race, get closer to him, and it's about 45 minutes that he's trying to do so. And again, Roman on the straights. That's how it works. And McLaren in small trouble. Going through the corners, trying to cut them as much as he can. And Roman, maybe there's a chance. This straight. Yellow flag for a second, but everything looks fine. Okay, so that's that's Krzysztof and pit stop, so that might tell us something. Okay, so because of the pit stop, we're gonna see small differences in the time. So some drivers might jump in the table, so it might look a bit disformating. I mean, you're gonna lose the information of it. Again, Roman still fighting with Pavel, so that's the fight for the last position. And that looks pretty much top. So that's a blue flag for Roman. Rafa okay on the position number 9, also quite close to his opponent, but that's the Roman that has a chance. And then again, might be of the tires that are already pretty much used and doesn't work that well. Again, I see and that's Kasper Smirnov. Let's see it again. What happened here? And that was too much turtle and didn't work, and he landed on the grass. That's actually a shame. That is actually a shame that it ended that way. Yeah. He was going to collect some mushrooms. And Roman in front of Ferrari, so he's actually making it. Let's just see it if it's gonna actually be that good. And it is! And Rafa okay. Okay, so that's the pit stop. But Roman's position number 22. Kasper Smirnov is in the pit stop, so yeah, that's a good time for a pit stop. So let's check the fuel. 100 liters for Krzysztof already. Zbigniew still got 23 liters, so it should be good enough for him. Michał Nizioł, what happened here? Let's just check if everything was just fine, just to make sure. Yeah, he was fighting with the vehicle. Okay, so that's what happened. Oh, and you're still talking about the same stuff. Okay, let's go to the Krzysztof. Status promising. Marek Cieślak. Marcin Dokupił will get a blue flag, so it already went that far. And that was Krzysztof. Krzysztof Szygielski still trying to get somewhere, and that ended a bit too different. And Krzysztof Szygielski is taking place of his opponent because he was taking a pit stop during the time. So that's a lot of time for him to go through. Zbigniew Szalar already turned on his lights. So we're going through it. You can see that it's 48 seconds, but between him and Szymon Piwiński, that's a lot of time. Now it's the question if it's enough to take a pit stop, take a lot of fuel. Now you can see the driver is going back from the pit stop. Łukasz Krawczuk cut the line of the pit stop, so that might be a small penalty for him. But that's what the other driver is taking a pit stop right now. So we're gonna see a lot of mixes there. Don't know where other drivers will just end. So again, let's check the fuel rates, let's check the water. Water is saying us nothing wrong gonna happen. Marcin kupił 11 liters, and I guess he will be the next person taking a pit stop. Let's see where he is. Yeah, but that's the boxer, that's a B6, and I don't think so that's needs a lot of fuel compared to other vehicles, so that's same for the Zbigniew Siara. Zbigniew Siara on position number 1, and doesn't look like he's gonna take a pit stop soon. Daniel Stepkowski already took a pit stop, so that's 1 liter for him. And that's a chance for us, Zbigniew Siara. So let's say you're gonna make 3-4 laps. Comparing how heavy these vehicles are, Zbigniew Siara has actually a big chance in front of him, just to drive as fast as he can. Riggs, thank you for the follow and welcome on the good side of internet. So that's 1 minute and 23 seconds, so that's Daniel Stepkowski losing time to Zbigniew Siara, so it looks like Zbigniew Siara might have a chance to overtake him, so there will be a blue flag for Stepkowski, by any chance? Don't know, but it might happen. Yes, so there is F1 and GT3. So now it's a GT3, and next week there will be F1. Yellow flag somewhere, trying to find any troubles. But it looks okay, just making sure that... And Krzysztof! What is happening here? So that's Krzysztof Szygielski behind Taz, and behind Krzysztof there is Szymon. And you can see the difference. Mercedes on the straight should be faster. Not this time. Just need to make sure everything's gonna be just smooth and no troubles. But that's Krzysztof Szygielski just hanging on his back. Krzysztof Szygielski really trying to get closer to him. So, I mean, the distance, it's really dangerous to keep that close, and now it's Mercedes, but he knows once he's gonna just give up, then Mercedes is gonna use his turbos with him. So if Krzysztof Szygielski won't overtake Lamborghini, it might end bad for him. These three drivers are really close to each other, and I don't see Mercedes trying to. I think Lambo is having some issues with the tires, so I don't know if we're gonna see a pit stop at all. Let's check the fuels. That's gonna tell us. No, I don't think so. We're gonna see any pit stops now. But these drivers actually are getting very close to each other. Sneakers, come on. Let's just not talk about it in that way. Yellow flag again somewhere, and everything is going back to the normal. Yeah, that looks pretty much normal for me. And slowly it looks like it's getting darker. 37 minutes to the end of the race. Hi Pocis, how are you? Szymon Piwiński on the position number 6, still trying to make something, trying to make use of it. Krzysztof also, now's the chance. He's taking that part of the corner. Lambo need to be worried about, and that's Mercedes, so that's 3 drivers on the stage. What these guys are doing, that's incredible. Now it's Mercedes, and slowly they're running out of space. Something I was talking about, 2 vehicles maximum on the track, but these guys made it in 3. Krzysztof Szczygierski, he was so close to took his position. Unfortunately it didn't work that way. Yeah, it's I'm just checking the times, just make sure everything's okay, because it's our the pit stop time, so sometimes there might be a different, and Krzysztof, chance for him, but he's losing the speed. He's not that fast. The acceleration is not giving him a chance to overtake the Lambo, and so behind them there is a Mercedes. Yeah, there is a night. Yeah, there is a Szymon Piwiński on the position number 6, yellow flag somewhere appeared. But looks okay, I don't know, maybe just someone took a bit of grass. And again, Krzysztof is trying to do it again. It's not gonna work now, but definitely is trying that really hard, trying to. Yeah, it's slowly getting darker on the track. So these 3 drivers, I think that's the main event here, so that's the main fight. We know this Zbigniew is first, and doesn't look like Daniel Stepkowski will get any closer to him. But these 3 drivers are fighting all the time. And what I can see here, I mean, just what is behind there. So that's Taz that appeared somewhere, and somehow I missed it. So Taz took Szymon Piwiński place. Again with a yellow flag, and that's Krzysztof Szczygierski. Okay, so that's the driver that had a blue flag. Okay, so that was me. Sorry, that was me that didn't realize what is happening on the track. So that's Szymon Piwiński behind Taz. Oh, I see. Oh, that's what? Can we see what happened here? No, I don't see Taz, unfortunately. Okay, so Taz just ended the race. Okay. I don't know what happened here, but Taz just DNF'd for some reason. Okay, so something I didn't expect. I don't know what really happened with Taz. What's the issue? But he's actually out of the race. So that's the third DNF in this race. Okay, so still waiting for others to see if something's gonna happen, but it doesn't look like it, and we looks like we have plenty of time. So for example, Piotr Wojdyła, that's behind Andrzej Kananowicz. Sneakers and others, please. Hurry, come on, guys. Don't be surprised, Sneakers, when you're all kind of pushing this topic all the time. So hurry again, please. So Piotr Wojdyła behind Andrzej Kananowicz. The vehicles looks much better with the lights soon on. And all the drivers, I mean the differences in the time are quite big. I don't see that any chances that you can see a fight. Okay, maybe this one here. That's Kacper Smirnov behind Marek Zdanowicz. Hey Ericsson, how are you doing? What's up? Okay, Kacper Smirnov had to give a position because it looked like it. And I really don't see any fights here. I don't really sense any chances. Okay, so it's rFactor getting closer to Przemek Dychalski. Let's check the fuel. Przemek Dychalski 7 liters, so Przemek Dychalski soon gonna take a pit stop. And he has to refuel his vehicle. Sneakers. Come on. I mean, really, the level of the way you are speaking right now and others might be much better. Come on. Like, I'm really asking you just to calm down, because you know what you've been doing all the time with the chat. Okay, let's go back to the race, because that's where should be focused. So Kacper Smirnov behind Marek, rFactor behind Przemek. I don't know which one of them will get a chance to overtake. It's hard to say. Definitely we could see that Kacper Smirnov was quite fast enough. But looks like that's rFactor. Very close. Abdizir, hello, how are you? Oh, rFactor, small problems. And you could see that his opponent that was fighting with vehicle. And again today, I already don't know what is happening here. So that's Marek Zdanowicz. Could see him losing out of grip. So it's a chance for Kacper Smirnov. Kacper Smirnov really just behind him. Smirnov, what are you doing? So I think that he lost a lot of traction there. But it looked really dangerous. Again, Kasper is trying, so let's see the difference of speed. Kasper knows how to block his opponent, and it should be just fine for him. And it is, so that's Kasper Smirnov taking position number 11. And that worked well for him. And we got Szymon Piwiński behind Krzysztof Szygielski. Szymon Piwiński half second behind Krzysztof, so that's something that's not allowing to attack opponent, overtake him, but still close enough. Now it's almost 1 second. Now it's getting closer, so it's up the straights for Mercedes. And we can see that there was someone with a lot of trouble. I think that was Roman, so let's watch it again. What happened here? Oh, and that was too much turtle. That was too much turtle for it. Thankfully there was no danger in that. And that was again, I think the Roman again made a small mistake. Let's see it. He cut the track, so maybe it's sabotage, so maybe something is not working well, and he's going there. So this is what happened. Tomasz Wach behind Bentley. Half second behind him. Oh, sorry, just reading this in Polish. Tires, everyone's on the mediums. Everyone on the mediums. And I was not expecting anything else here. Nothing's happening. No, everything's okay. Ericsson, don't worry. Be happy. Tomasz Wach, so close to him. And now he's trying to overtake the Bentley. VMAX, okay, I can show it. The differences are not that big. Pretty much all the same stuff. Okay, it's 247. So that's not letting us know a lot. Slowly, I mean, I don't know what is happening with him. Because Tomasz Wach from time to time is getting closer to his opponent, but sometimes this Bentley is just running away. Safeties. And now just the lights of the Chevrolet are really inside of the car. You just don't see it that good. Zbigniew Siara still on the first position. And Daniel Stepkowski losing 30 seconds to him, so that's a lot. Szymon Piwiński, again, half second behind Krzysztof Szygielski. Definitely a chance. And Mac attack behind Marcin Dokupił. Yellow flag somewhere. Oh, whoa, what happened here? Let's just see it again. So that's Krzysztof Szygielski. And that's him losing control. That's Mercedes bumping him. And Krzysztof Szygielski is going back on the track in the wrong timing, and he's hitting the Mercedes. That shouldn't happen. That really shouldn't happen. Yeah, that will be a penalty. Mac attack. On the position number 17 behind Marcin Dokupił. And now is Makatok trying to overtake the Porsche and pretty much well, and now the speed is gaining. He's leaving no chance for his opponent. Tomasz Wach 0.7, 0.6 behind Paweł Roszak. Smirnov also quite close, 1.2, 0.9. We got a yellow flag again somewhere. Don't know what happened now. I don't know what does it mean, but let's check Przemek, because it looks like that there might be something with him. Yeah, so that was Przemek that lost control, and this is what happened. Now he's chased, so Tomasz Wach and Paweł Roszak. So that's blue flag, and that's the Bentley! Let's see what happened with the Bentley. I mean, he lost control somewhere. So that was definitely blue flag for Porsche, and he should leave a lot of space. Let's see this behavior, and he didn't realize. So the Porsche looked like started braking, and there is where the Bentley landed at the very end. Smirnov was out of the track, and he went back. What that was that? Come on! Jesus Christ, have you seen it? I don't know if there's lack of imagination with this guy. I mean, that might cause so many problems. Yeah, this rapid future is just awesome, because it happens that you're just losing plenty of stuff that you just don't see. You just see after you see the result, and here I can just see what happened actually. What was the cause of it? Norbert behind his opponent. The difference should allow him to do something with it. Maybe Speedman. He will be interested in rFactor. Of course, we can check the temperatures and the weather. So, of course, still no rain. 29 track temperature, ambient temperature is 14, so nothing changed pretty much. So still everything works fine. Yeah, pretty much the mistakes I see are the same. Well, if you want. But you need to tell me that you will be just in the top 10 always, top 10 always. Then I will buy it for you. Then we can talk. Yeah, that's the first race of the season, so that's pretty much the start of the season. This is how it works, and this is the time that drivers need to get used to their vehicles and just remind themselves how it's gonna work in a long term. Yellow flag somewhere, and I don't know if that was Szymon. $90. That's 90 minutes. So that's 70 minutes to the end. Sunset we can see there. Looks lovely. So Norbert behind Marek. And the time gap is really tight there. Zbigniew Siara still in the first position. I mean, there's really nothing to show. So it doesn't look it's gonna change 32 seconds. Now it's 40s for some reason. Don't know what happened. And all the drivers keeping the distance, so the top looks pretty much as concrete and it's not gonna change. Just stable. Andrzej Kalanowicz. Still looking at Norbert, and this time is decreasing, so it's really about the sectors. In some sectors it works for him, in some sectors he can just make any use of his car. Yeah, but I mean, about the drivers, that's only Norbert that's really that close. That's really that close to opponent, so I'm talking here about Marek Zdanowicz. Makatak, again, getting closer to Piotr Wojdyło. Still looking at it, don't worry. So it's 15 minutes to the end of the race, and Michał Nizio. Okay, so that's 4 DNFs. I mean, I missed something. I don't know. Maybe I was just talking too much and I just didn't realize what is happening. But Michał Nizio is DNF, so that's 4 DNFs so far for this race. Blue flag for Paweł. Other drivers still keeping the tempo. Norbert Michon also close, but it really looks, it's also about the sectors. Ah, okay. Sorry, my bad. I mean, no change here. I mean, really best lap still for Zbigniew Siara, so I don't think it's gonna change. We can see the difference in the overall. But Zbigniew Siara, I mean, don't know what's just maybe there's demon inside him or something like that. 3 max 258 for Zbigniew Siara, and that's pretty much top. And this is about the track when we got this straight, so it's definitely about the speed. 32 liters for Zbigniew Siara, 50 for Daniel. Zbigniew Siara? No idea. But 27 liters for Roman. Is this enough? I'm not sure. I mean, 27 liters, it might be really not enough for the whole 30 minutes. So they need to try to save the fuel and make sure everything's okay. Again, Norbert Michon, so close, yet so far. He's really trying to make something, but he just can't. Losing control, that's gonna cost him a bit. Makatak also getting closer to Piotr Wojdyło. And the time is running out. So here we need to focus. Here we need to make sure everything's just fine. Now I am. Now I am. Thanks for reminding me. rFactor, I can also see is close to Łukasz Kogut. Łukasz Kogut, I mean, that's the person I remember from F1, and I think I have a very good memories about it. And rFactor losing control! Going back on the track, and that's ending very bad for him. That's 1-2 position he's losing, and now that's the third one. And again, he's cutting the track. I mean, he really lost the control of it. So now he's back, but still, that cost him a lot. So rFactor on the position number 12. Mac attack again, position number 16, fighting with Piotr Verdio for 15th position. Mac attack, what are you trying to do here? Not enough space during these corners. I see it, don't worry, don't worry. I'm checking the times all the time. Let's check the fuel for a minute. So yeah, that's 31 and small mistake. Mac attack taking position of his opponent. So Piotr Verdio landing behind him because he took this corner just too far, way too far. The only problem I have with the onboards, they are pretty much too loud. I mean, the difference in the sound comparing to the normal ones, I mean, it's really too loud and it's not making... We got a yellow flag somewhere. And that's Przemek Dychalski. So he was going out of the pit. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Oh, what happened? He's back on the track, but still, that cost him a lot. 9 minutes to the end. Again, we got Przemek out of the track, but let's focus on the Norbert. See Marek Zdanowicz also close to Łukasz Kogut. And he's really getting there. Ah, too late. And what is happening here? The Mercedes in front of Marek Zdanowicz. Behind him is another Mercedes and he's trying to overtake him. That's didn't took that well. Again, Marek Zdanowicz in a big trouble. Norbert Michon, he's really trying to get closer to him. Now the straight, no, the well. Oh my god, it's getting really, really dark. It looks like that he's fighting with his vehicle. He's just losing the whole grip. Tomasz Wach 2.5 seconds, 2 seconds behind Szymon Piwiński. Norbert Michon cut the track. Thankfully he's back on it, but now 0.7, almost 8 behind his opponent, so he lost the chance. 7 minutes and he need to work hard to get closer. Or maybe not that hard. He's already there. He's really trying. So that's 7 minutes to the end of the race. And chance in front of him. But he really need to focus. He really need to do his best. Now Norbert is trying, but that's not a start straight. That's not a straight that's gonna give him a chance to overtake. Now he just need to allow, and someone was cutting track there. So that was Mercedes in front of them. We got a yellow flag. And that was a Mack attack. Let's watch it again. What happened here with Mack attack? That was too much shorter, and again, thankfully he saved it. Thankfully he saved his vehicle, because it might end much worse. Mack attack is only on the position number 18. Rafa okay. Rafa okay, Norbert and Marek. Tomasz Wach still getting closer to Szymon Piwiński. That's because of the difference in the fuel. Szymon Piwiński is much heavier, but 5 minutes. Let's see how it works, because that is a fight for the position number 4. Oh guys, so what I'm supposed to do with you? We got yellow flag somewhere. Just let's see it here. Okay, so it looks okay. So Norbert, Rafa okay, quite far. But yeah, we need to really focus on Tomasz Wach. Tomasz Wach getting closer to Szymon Piwiński. The difference in weight might give him a chance. Again, yellow flag somewhere. Really don't know what happened. That's Piotr Wojdyła out of the track. Tomasz Wach fighting with this. Oh, what happened? Oh, that will be really painful. Standing in the middle of the track, going really back. Front is smashed. Front is really smashed. Tomasz Wach just lost his chance. We got another yellow flag somewhere. Łukasz Kogut, that's DNF. What happened here? Oh, Łukasz Kogut cut the track and landed in the very wrong position. He went back, lost again. Standing in that place. Yeah, it's not giving him any fans. Krzysztof Szczygielski on the position number 6 behind Tomasz Wach. Now let's see if Krzysztof can make use of the mistake of Tomasz Wach, because if Tomasz is having problem with the front, I think it's about the tires. I think the tires are pretty much used. And 3 minutes to the end of the race, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Norbert still behind Marek. Let's check the fuel. Paweł Rosiak 8 liters. I don't think so he can make it with 8 liters only. Krzysztof. That's a blue flag for him, so he just needs this Porsche go through. All the drivers, we can see that the time difference is slowly getting higher and higher. Let's just check weather. 29 track temperature. Yeah, so it's keeping it. Ambient temperature is 14, so it's still pretty much warm. Krzysztof Szygielski behind Tomasz Wach. Now it's the question about Tomasz Wach, the damage he took. Getting closer and closer. And from time to time we can see that Tomasz Wach is just running away from him. Tomasz Wach already lost a lot. Norbert getting closer to this Ferrari again. But doesn't look like it's gonna work. I mean, it's 1 minute. Norbert was trying for the whole race to overtake him without any result. Okay, what I just noticed that looks like Tomasz Wach is having problem with the corners on the straight. Slowly he's running away. So Krzysztof needs just to keep this in mind. That might be the only chance for him. And it doesn't look well for Norbert. Blue flag for Mariusz. All the driver is pretty much keeping the tempo, doesn't change anything. Krzysztof still behind Tomasz, and he can make it, so that's just... It's just about the last lap. Maybe just even the last corners, let's talk it a bit that way. For Zbigniew Siara. So the first race of the GT3 of IRG is going to the end, and definitely the winner is Zbigniew Siara. From the very beginning we could see his plan, just run away as fast as he can. He got enough fuel to drive longer than the drivers. That was, I'd say, about 5-6 laps, and Zbigniew Siara just finished the race on the position number 1. Tomasz Wach also finished, so he made it, position number 5, and that was very close because Krzysztof was trying to overtake him. Thankfully that this damage that he took was not that bad. We got a yellow flag, but that means just because of some drivers. And maybe Norbert's gonna do something here. He's really trying, Norbert, he knows that's the last! What happened just before the end of the race? Norbert Wichon pushed off by his opponent, that was Marek. So Norbert finished at the... Yeah, that was close, because Rafał K and Kasper were also close to him, so Norbert could lose something. Oof, so I was thinking it's not gonna be that bad. I was really thinking that Norbert's not gonna make it to the very end. But here we are, the end of the race, so just waiting for last two drivers to finish the race, and just Szymon Piwiński. So thank you guys for watching. So that's the end of the race. That's as I told you already, the first race of GT3. Take care. See you soon. The next race is Stephanie out. Next race Thursday.